I still hear a bit of static, but we'll make it work.
Can you hear me?
I do.
Safi, your sound is something a little bit.
No, oh, my sound. Maybe because I'm driving, I can turn off my mic.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe because I'm driving.
It could be
I'll,
because of.
I'll, I will just get to the home right now.
Okay. All right. So, Jesse, are you okay? You can join, Jesse. You can open your video. Okay, dear friends, today we have a Realty Coffee Talk is about connecting LinkedIn friends. Everybody has a different business, and I am sure everybody deals with the real estate one way or the other. There is a industrial, commercial, uh, manufacturing, or buying and selling home. We can always help and connect with them. And also good to know what other friends are doing and how things are happening in the market because of COVID lockdown in Ontario. So we're going to start with our Vincent Chan, our champion of real estate and professional. Vincent, anything you want to share, please do so.
Yeah, I think, interestingly, our market is quite resilient, and definitely I wanted to hear from Jero as well too. I think it's still quite incredible. Like with currently we're under the lockdown, and the real estate is still really going in high gear. I think that's speak to the strength of the market, especially in Toronto, and then basically in most of the sector, like the detached home business and the condo, we're quite busy, and hope it continue. But I think obviously our focus it's really to deal with the virus and make sure that we do the best to kind of collectively be able to control it, and looking forward to get our vaccine initiative going through, and then hopefully post COVID, and we can enjoy definitely seeing each other, and to Tahir's point, we can collaborate. And I think thank you, Tahir. He is the champion, not me, to continue to connect it with real estate professional, not just through our Real Estate Institute of Canada, but through CIPS and all that too. And I think that's great initiative, because I do believe global is the new local. And we just definitely need to look beyond our local market. Like Toronto, for example, there are so many incoming business and technology business, further immigration or foreign student and all that too. I think that will be, if we don't see it now, that will be some collaboration opportunity between among ourselves.
Fantastic. This is Vincent, why I am thinking about, because on LinkedIn, we have all the professionals in various fields all around the world. And each one is doing business. Either they're migrating, they're moving, or buying and selling different products and services. It gives us a trend, what's happening in other industry that eventually will affect our real estate. COVID initiative, I think the Ontario government is making a lot of efforts to get everybody vaccinated. I got my shot 2 weeks ago, and I'm hoping to get my second one in July. And market is resilient. Is still in real estate is going very well. Yesterday I put an offer, unbelievable. It was almost $1.3 million. Put an offer, and 13 offers came in Oakville. The reason my client, and he's educated, he's a CPA and a MBA, he said because short of supply in Oakville is causing this multiple offers. So, and I agree with him, because we look back the trend, like in 2019, there was almost 500 listing in Oakville. Right now is less than 300. So everybody's hungry to put an offer on it. The reason is that short of supply, and is a seller market, and I'm afraid that the new OSFI rules, they're coming up, which raising the stress test from 4.79 to 5.25. It's not final yet, but the potential is coming, and eventually some adjustment may be possible, or at least is going to pre-qualification of new buyers is going to reduce the limit a little bit. So we are hoping that this whole thing is continue to evolve and we adopt new measures and a safety lockdown in Ontario. There are so many things happening and we want to know how is affecting other market so we can see how it's going to impact real estate market. So I'm going to invite Gerald. Can you tell us what's going on in there in your part of the world?
Sure. Thank you, Tahir. I want to echo both your words and Winston's words. I think Tahir and Winston are both very much champions of the REIC designations, the FRI and such, and I'm proud to work with you gentlemen. Nice to meet you, Jesse, and Safi is a recent FRI. Welcome aboard. A wonderful group of people. So in the Edmonton market, I do both small to medium commercial and residential. And the commercial market, the retail has been perennially very strong in Alberta, but it is starting to show some signs of weakness, some increasing vacancy. COVID hit retail very hard, and there's a lot of, I don't know about Ontario, but in Alberta, there's a lot of rent relief going on, not just government, but between landlords and tenants. There's a lot of, they're working a lot of things out on the rent side of things in the retail world. So retail's hanging in there, but there are a lot of businesses that are probably closed forever. So it has hit retail hard, even though retail has generally been very strong in Alberta. The industrial market, we've also has been generally very strong, although the vacancy rates are getting up there close to 10%. The office market has been devastated in Alberta here for various reasons, and it will come around. As many of you know, I do a podcast called The Real World of Real Estate, and I just interviewed a couple of gentlemen yesterday, Chad Bodez with JLL and Cameron Martin with Epic Investment Services. And we were talking about the repurposing and restructuring of office buildings. And there's some pretty cool, exciting things going on. It's pretty interesting. Landlords are doing some pretty skinny deals right now, but they're turning things around. So office market, I think, is hit hard, but is turning the corner. So, and then the multifamily market, which I do a lot of, is also quite slow as well. There are a few deals happening. I just pulled up the first quarter of 2021 here in Edmonton, and there were 2 transactions showing. So wow. There may be some that haven't shown, but and also there might be a few that haven't been reported yet, because sometimes it takes, maybe if something sold end of March, it might not get into the system until end of May, end of April, early May. Nonetheless, they're showing 2 transactions. So not a huge bit of business going on here. So that's that. And residential has been on fire. But we're experiencing the bell curve, almost a perfect bell curve. The 300, 350,000, that's hot, hot, hot. Multiple offers. And then the further away you get from that, it starts to calm down a little bit. But the residential still is very active in Edmonton market right now. A lot of pent up demand combined with low interest rates, I think.
How's the life there? Do you have a lockdown like we have in Ontario? What is the vaccination program of the federal government or the Alberta government? How's the life there?
You know, I'm one of those guys who tries to follow the rules. So, I try and follow everything, but everybody's getting tired of it. And there's a lot of folks, everybody's bending the rules out here. And our COVID cases, our population is 4 million, and our COVID cases every day are hitting close to 2,000. So the government's got us in not a complete lockdown, but a fairly heavy lockdown. But nonetheless, a lot of folks are pushing the rules right now. So it's reasonably busy out there. When COVID first hit, I live just 3 blocks from a main arterial roadway, and this roadway is very, very busy. Trying to turn left onto this roadway is very difficult. When COVID first hit, you could have fired a cannon down it and you wouldn't hit anything. Right now, we're not back to normal yet, but it's getting fairly busy. So I use that particular roadway as my gauge of how things are. And things I would say are probably running around 75% by just using that, just using what I see people shopping, what I see on that roadway, that kind of thing. I say it's climbing back up, but it's still not back to normal.
Wonderful. Safi, can you open your mic, please? Tell us what's going on in your life, how things are happening in real estate, and also other other associations that you have. Give us an update. What's going on?
I'm
And by the way,
sorry, we got in the last minute. I was driving and I have to make a few stops. Sorry about that.
no
I
problem.
didn't plan for it.
Yes.
And regarding what we are talking today, LinkedIn is really great working for me because for education and connecting people and buyers from other countries.
Yes.
I'm getting some good connection from Palestine, Afghanistan, Turkey, and Portugal, and some from Switzerland and Germany. I connect so many people there. And coming back to the stress test, I think the increase on the stress test is going to affect the first-time home buyer a lot because right now, in one hand, there is a short supply there, and because of the low interest rate, is fueling the market, and lots of people getting a good perception of buying it. And because the economical situation, the government cannot increase the rates. What they did, they increased the stress test.
Yeah.
And while it increases stress test, that will affect the end user. We will have more demand building up end of the year because of the immigration, population growth, and international students will be coming soon. And Africa and India and Middle East gonna be burning because of the COVID-19. Because while this is happening, the people well off will move to people in luxury market and well off will move to countries like Canada, US, and Europe. That will increase our demand more than what we are planning right now. And I think the government has to come up something about first-time homebuyer for the end user, some similar programs they have in UK, because what we had in 2019 for the first-time homebuyer initiative, it's not working at all.
Fantastic. That's a great update. We will have a conversation after we finish with everybody. So, Jesse, can you open your mic? Please tell us what's going on in your life, what's happening in real estate and other businesses, all the connection, the family and friends and associates, how is affecting you and the industry. Tell us.
All right. So sorry about all the technical difficulties. I guess technical difficulties is a common daily thing in this new pandemic, right? Everybody start to appreciate and understand just juggling with different tech and platforms. So yeah, I mean, look at us. We're all doing this right now, right?
Yes.
So yeah, life, I have to say, I think compared to the first lockdown now to the second wave and this third wave, quite different, I have to say. So I mostly practice on the commercial side as well. I'm mostly Northern GTA, so Toronto here. Activities are actually continue to like bubble from right and center, to be honest with you. Yes, just like, I guess, similar like Edmonton as well, I think the entire world, industrial properties will continue to stand on its leg very strongly for quite some time. But what I have noticed is that even within the area that I practice in, leasing activities are also extremely strong. Should it be, industrial sites or even actually commercial sites, I'm definitely seeing the strength of it coming back. Let's put it this way, if we're talking about quality sites, there are always going to be entrepreneurs. There's always going to be business operators that wants to, flourish or, make their standing, even in this pandemic environment. So I have been finding touring activity is extremely busy and the way I'm looking at is like, I find we're, still in this part of the world, we're in Canada, we're still relatively stable. I guess in a way, my prospect down to the future is that it will continue to be strong, and it will definitely bounce back with no time. And people just can't wait for this pandemic to be sort of in a better control, to come out to I shouldn't be spending their money doing events, or promoting their business, whatnot. I do think, just like what everything else there is, that pent-up demand to all aspect is definitely out there.
Okay, Vincent, Seymour, Safi pointed out one very good point is about construction. Is the government, is REIC or organized real estate is lobbying to increase construction or improve approval process, so more and more inventory is coming to the marketplace because new immigration is coming? Is any initiative being taken on that side?
Well, I saw the concept that was presented in the budget, but nothing concrete. And I think if you refer to the federal budget, yes, there's like $3.8 billion of money supposedly is going to spend on affordability, but I don't see any really solid plan. And most importantly, I think three level of government needed to work together. Like it's no. It's not even a question that what actually driven from our resilient market is a supply issue. You can try, the stress tests or I should say the foreign buyer tax all day long. It won't work, because I think the problem is really the supply, as you pointed it out. I really love to see there, like in terms of the zoning, in terms of revisit the greenbelt issue, or maybe even building something what we refer to like a missing middle. Like, yes, we are a high-rise developer. We love to build high-rise and all that too. But unfortunately, Ontario, there's only two type as I see only. It's either detached home, which we are not producing enough for obvious reason. And yes, there's a high-rise, but the solution should not be just a 500 square feet condo moving forward. We has to build something a little bit larger and something sort of like in the middle. Maybe follow our counterpart. I see participate a lot of developer forum through CFC. Sevi and I was also part of that amazing organization that you see other developer from other country. They would facilitate, the middle type of product like mid-rise or maybe relieve the zoning, be able to build something like, a link house or, have some innovative zoning idea that perhaps even if you have a really big backyard, that you'll be able to for you to put a secondary suite there. Like this type of policy have not seen too many talks about it. We talk about concept, like, Toronto State Board talk about this concept, and there is a big study about the missing middle. But unfortunately, I don't see any policy. And then I think Gerald or Sevi also pointed out something about the government housing, or maybe Tahir mentioned about too. If you take a look at, where I come from, Hong Kong or England, or even Paris, and then or Singapore, they do have a robust, not just affordable housing, but robust government sponsored like ownership program, a true government sponsor type housing that facilitate that home ownership for a lot more people. So I think our root cause of our unbalanced real estate market is really the supply, and I hope we really see it too. But unfortunately, I don't see it any action. Did you see anything that you? Oh, I see Ken too. Have you seen or heard from other organizations that have any like new concrete plan with regards to zoning or creative ways to kind of increase the supply of our housing?
I wanna add up something on that.
Sure.
I have very good relation with the house builders, with Rescon, Richard Lyle and stuff. The House Builders Association and the Ontario government never had such a great relationship. They form AirCo Innovation Lab, which is architecture, engineer, construction organizations or innovation lab, and there's Rescon and so many other sub-trade organizations are involved. This innovation lab is just expediting permits at the city halls, various small and big, upper level, lower level city halls, to assist them with getting approval very fast, because right now the existing one until now, it was taking about up to 10 years to
Oh,
buy a
yes.
land and process.
Absolutely.
And now Ontario government, it's some people taking a different approach, saying they're taking over some city halls powers, but at the same time they are giving funding for them to expedite their system. So, and the Builders Association RESCON is very much involved.
Yeah.
Their advisory board, and that innovation lab, it's going to help a lot to increase the demand right now. Supply that we have right now. That will help tremendously. When it comes to affordable housing, social housing, right now in all three levels of government, they don't believe in what we make mistake in 60s and 70s, just building for the poor people. Actually, they are building for the mixed communities, just like what happened by Medallion Homes in Finch and Western Road. It's only 25% for affordable housing, and the rest is they're selling it or leasing it regular price. That creates better communities. That's what's happening, and Ontario government and federal government are funding those kind of projects. And when it comes to supply, trends are changing a lot. There is no more semi-detached or freehold townhouses. Right now, the market has either detached home or
more condos.
Condo townhouses.
Very true.
Something start from 5th floor up. Like that's why even some suburban areas, you see so many condos coming up.
Okay,
like where I live, outskirts of one, they are building 10 stories, 7 stories buildings now. There is change. The density is increased a lot.
All right. Now,
Yeah.
Ken Finch
Sorry,
has,
I do need to interrupt. Gerald, do we have the FOI task force meeting now? Like I just saw the calendar pop up. Is that today?
I had FRI meeting on my calendar and at 9:30, and I thought it was this meeting. And then I thought, wait a minute, this meeting's at 9
I
o'clock.
think I'm sorry, unfortunately, I need to log off, and I think we have another meeting at LEIC for the task force meeting.
It is a task force meeting?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'll join in. If there's not, then I'll jump back in. I think you and I are in that meeting.
Okay, if I don't see you in 5 minutes, I'll follow you.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry,
bye.
Okay, Ken Finch has just joined us, so he can just introduce himself and let us know what's going on in the marketplace, and also how it's affecting his life in Ontario due to COVID, or any friendship, any story you want to tell us, because this is a LinkedIn connectivity, professional connectivity activities. Ken.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Ken Finch. I'm an FRI CPM. I'm a broker with Royal LePage Signature. And so, just things have been moving along quite well during the past year. The Q1 of 2021 was extremely busy. I know some builders that are moving forward with some nice projects in Southern Ontario. And the market, I've seen the market slow down slightly with residential sales. Not as many bidding wars, multiple offers. I'm seeing the properties are staying on the market, a few more days on market. But overall, it's a very healthy spring market in the Greater Toronto area. I'm based out of Oakville, which is just next to Mississauga, which is next to Toronto. And so it's just it's a healthy real estate market all around.
Wonderful. So I believe Gerald has to leave soon. So Gerald, do you want to say any message before you leave? Anything?
Thank you, Tahir. Appreciate that. And I can get to see you. Folks, I just want to pick up a bit on what Safi and Winston had said. In Edmonton, we do have the same issue about the development process. It's getting longer and longer. They're adding more hoops to jump through. They're adding more steps to go through. They're officially working on trying to reduce that, but I don't see that happening in the near future. City of Edmonton is a leader I don't know if you're familiar with the term transit-oriented development. And it's a real great concept. We're moving more towards higher density, more European style cities. And I think it's a really good thing. I encourage everyone to look up transit-oriented development and walkability and village concept, because I think that's going to sweep across North America, where basically we have higher density, more walkable neighborhoods with more street front retail and shopping experiences, and just really great people-friendly environments. And so Edmonton's really a leader in that. So that's helping our development. And tied into that, they do have, they're starting to put in requirements for social housing in developments. A certain percentage have to be for like low income or such. I think the transit-oriented development, which encourages smaller properties like condos and such, will help with the home ownership. But I don't know over the long term how far this will go. It'd be nice to see everybody have a home. But traditionally in Western societies, home ownership is somewhere around 62 to 69% of the population. And, you know, I don't know, once you get outside that too far, a lot of things come into play that make it harder and harder to increase those numbers. So hopefully we come up with some new things and make it better, and more people can get into home ownership. But once you get too far outside the established range, you know, there's a wide variety of social factors that come into play, but I guess we'll see. So that's my closing remarks. Hopefully it all works well for everyone. It's been a pleasure to see you all again, and Tahir, I hope we have more of these. And that's it. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, we have FRI meetings once a month. So this is a LinkedIn connection to find out what other friends are doing and what the challenges we have and how those challenges are affecting real estate. So this was not highly publicized, but hoping that next month will be more people coming from different industries to join us, tell us what is happening in their industry and how it's going to affect us in real estate. So idea is to connect through conversation. Thank you,
Thanks,
Gerald.
everybody.
And good luck at FRI Task Force. Tomorrow is, don't forget, tomorrow is REIC Toronto Chapter AGM tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I think I've got it on my calendar, but all right. Take care, folks.
Thank you very much. Okay, friends, as you know, we still have a lockdown until May 20th. And things are still doing pretty good in real estate. I just heard one time that one group of different addresses were in a car. They were fined. They were given a ticket. That means multiple people living driving in one car. So if you have to go out, show property, make sure you go your own car. You don't bring somebody in your car. So do you have experience anything like that?
No, I don't feel, because since in the beginning, all my clients, they drive their own car. I didn't have a chance, didn't have to drive in my car. It's not like before. They understand, and we meet at the property to show. Yeah. When it comes to challenges, the only challenge we are having is the mortgage and appraisal. Thanks God, with the mortgage, I have all the options, A lender, B lender, and lots of private lenders out there right now. Yeah. There are quite a bit. It's never been that many. Yeah. And the rates are good. And when it's appraisal, it's a big problem. That's why I'm very cautious when I participate in multiple offer. I set my boundaries. I don't go beyond. I make sure my client doesn't go beyond that. And those are the only challenges right now we have. Okay. And the good thing, buying pre-construction is easier than before. Yeah. It's easier to reach out to builders. There used to be closed all the doors, only few agents. Now it's more wide open.
That's correct. Can you tell us something about you? Yours?
Yeah, no, I've had experience just with a client getting a little bit upset, you know, not understanding about you know, taking separate vehicles, and but yeah, no, I haven't experienced any issues, because you know, we've just been trying to keep things safe and you know, physically distance as much as possible. And as we know, in a car, that's pretty much impossible. But it is concerning. Going into elevators in condominium buildings.
Yeah.
There's so many people. There's only 3 people permitted, but it's still a very close proximity. And I've had on several occasions people that live in the building. They've been waiting for the elevator for quite a while, and they just get in the elevator. Increasing the capacity. So at least they've got the restrictions with masks that are mandatory in all the common areas. So, let's just hope the vaccine gets rolled out in a timely manner.
Yeah, that sounds good. Have you noticed that I am once in a while getting a flyer distribution at my door? How come these people are not stopping that? Because they're locked down and people are still distributing real estate flyers at the door. What do you think, Ken?
Yeah, no, it's definitely that shouldn't be happening right now. But some realtors, they're just a little bit more aggressive than they should be. But no, it definitely shouldn't be permitted.
So Jesse, how do you advertise now? Because what's going on in the marketplace? How you're reaching out to your client? Because this right now is a seller market. That means people are really going after the seller. So how would you go about your business?
You know what? So before I answer that question, I just find this very entertaining. As we were just going through this, I had a realtor that come out to my porch, left a card, and then walked away. Listen, everybody's trying the best they can. I guess that they treat this as a outdoor exercise, which is considered as essential activity then. But no, when it comes to my own advertisement, I'll be honest with you, I'm not exactly finding the social media, the usual route really is the best way for me to reach out to my target audience. I'm often dealing with property owners that owns plaza or owns land. It's kind of down to getting geo warehouse, finding out who really owns them, really making the call. So for me, I have been finding that advertisement way, this pandemic didn't really affect me. It's just more about making more calls. I hate to say it. I think it may be just a matter of the folks that usually I work with. They usually ended up to be down that route, or they reached out to me because they saw my listings, and then that's how it kind of went from there for me. So sorry, I guess I don't have any more thing that's new, innovative to share.
I think the Canada Post is the best vehicle to use advertisement. Create your card and you deliver it to the Canada Post and let them distribute it because it's essential service. And focus on, and like Sefi mentioned about a high rise, everybody's going higher vertical. So target is to go after the condominium market, because that's where you are able to distribute flyer without risking or having a possibility of this virus effect on you or your potential clients.
Because of affordability, I think the high-rise condo market gonna take bigger chunk than historically what we had, because right now anything in GTA is over $1 million, and that makes mortgage getting so difficult. I think that the condo market will be a bigger market, because Canadians used to have housing that's not going to be available no more, especially for GTA. It will be a lot difficult.
I think this is very, very important. Our provincial government and municipality, they need to work together to expedite the protocol or process, so get faster approval, because at the end of the day, it's going to be shortage of supply. That's going to continue to make a rise of hot market of real estate, and also the value will go up because more immigrants. The federal government is focused now on immigrant. They put together about $10 billion over a 10-year period, but that may not be enough. Renovating existing properties or allocating funds for the low-cost housing, I don't think this will be sufficient. We have a lot of land they need to create a proper, what they call transportation, faster service between various big cities. So growth on the rural area will be more and more beside 401 or 403, the small towns, let's say from Toronto to Windsor or London. There are so many towns in there, the price is going up. As you can see, I have seen last few months now, the price is almost double in Windsor, London, Niagara Falls, and Gulf, other areas. So if they can create a faster train system or transit system and push the population towards smaller town, that could be one solution. What do you guys think? Ken, what do you think?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's I've seen that increase as well. I was helping some buyers. They sold their house in Mississauga, the GTA, and they wanted to be mortgage free. And we kept, started out in Milton and then kept going, west, or in different areas. We went to Hamilton, London, St. Thomas, Windsor, Lakeshore, Kingsville, and yeah, the multiple offers there were unbelievable, and the prices, from the previous year were basically double. So it's a challenge for people to to confirm a property without having the stress of a bidding war, but things are slowing down slightly, so it's making things a little bit easier, but it's still a lot more affordable than the Greater Toronto area. So it's not, now people can work remotely. It's, a lot of people are looking to get outside of the GTA.
Yeah, right now, as you know, the construction, residential and I think hospital health related construction is going on. The rest, everything is shut down. It's definitely going to affect. Obviously, the productivity goes down because of COVID and all the precautions. They have to keep the social distance, wearing masks where possible. The productivity will go down, and this definitely is affecting the marketplace. So, well, we really appreciate you all joining, and hopefully that we'll continue to grow this network. Idea again is this particular event that I created connectivity for LinkedIn friends, so we can hear from them various other businesses they have. So we learn about them, what's going on in their area of the industries they're working. So we know how it's going to affect us in Canada, globally, the economy. So Jesse, you want to give a final message before we end the program? We're going to have each one of you to say 1 minute and introduce yourself as well.
Sorry, I had trouble to unmute. Sorry, what was the message I couldn't hear well.
Final message from you, and also connectivity, and also encouraging LinkedIn friends to join our next. We're going to have a once a month this conference with the LinkedIn friends. So they are in different businesses, and they will tell us how it's affecting their life, and so we know how it affects the real estate. So we get to know, and also encourage all of you to invite. We're going to be doing this once a month for LinkedIn people. Because see, if we talk about real estate has a connection with every industry: construction, furnishing, manufacturing, appliances, and various things. So we want all our friends who are LinkedIn to join us and tell us what's happening in their industry and how we read this into a real estate for our industry. So we share our concern, they share their concern, what's a good thing happening, what corrective action or action they have taken because of COVID, adopted new technology, a new way of doing business. It helps us to think about it, helping each other to do better things under this COVID environment. So one message before we shut down, we each one will have a 1 minute message.
All right, sounds great. So thank you once again for inviting me to this meeting. And yeah, I mean, I guess my final message is that even though this is a pandemic, this is once again unprecedented. I'm so sick and tired of that word. But I still believe that, you know what, people still want to get business rolling, and people will still be, you know, willing to talk to an individual who's energetic, who's ready to go, just ready to roll every day, regardless of what challenges that lies ahead. I think people can relate to that. So I guess my 2 cents is, you know, just, you know, keep up with the morale, you know, always look at the brighter side, and hey, you know, you're in here for the long haul, right? So go for it.
Thank you very much. Can any message you want to give to the LinkedIn friends and yourself because this is especially for LinkedIn friends who are there. Idea is to learn about them, what's going on in their industry, and tell us how they're coping up with their industry, how they're adopting new technology, so we can share our experience, they can share with us. So, Ken.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, no, I definitely invite all of my contacts in LinkedIn through all the various industries to connect. You know, it's a great way to you know, build better relationships, you know, on a more personal level, and you know, it's a good way to get to know each other. So, yeah, no, it's just great. The technology is advanced so much. You know, there's different types of real estate investing in the exempt market that are, you know, some new groundbreaking technology, and even the real estate industry. You know, just it's great that you know, people are accepting, you know, to do everything digitally. It's saving a lot of time, a lot of stress on the infrastructure, and you know, the highways, and you know, this is a decent solution for the traffic problems. But yeah, no, it's definitely anyone that I'm connected with in LinkedIn, you know, definitely be great to see you sometime soon on this conference call.
Thank you very much, dear friends. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm hosting this LinkedIn connection with the Realty Coffee Talk show that I have. And every Tuesday of each month, I believe it's the last Tuesday of each month, we will be hosting the connectivity conference for LinkedIn friends. And so we can learn about each other, what we are doing in our respective industries, how you're coping up with the pandemic, what new technology and transformation you have adopted to do business better, and how you can share your knowledge, help each other, and get to know each other. This is where we get to know each other. We do partnership, and we also collaborate with each other and do business. Thank you very much for all of you joining today, and we'll see you in May, last Tuesday of May 2021. Thank you very much, Ken. See you again. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.